So this video is going to be basically me ranting about why you shouldn't start a made for kid channels on YouTube given their new policies. But to go over why I have arrived at this conclusion, I think that the best thing to do is actually give you a little walkthrough through the channel that I actually created in March of 2015. So I started this nursery rhyme channel called Do Re Mi La, and here are some basic stats. So up to present date, the channel has generated more than 176 million views. It has about 600,000 plus subscribers, and since its lifespan, it's generated close to almost 100K. But I would like to do is give it a little bit of context of how much it actually made on the first revenue, so that you understand why I am actually really mad at YouTube because of the current circumstances that they recently changed for the Made for Kids channels. So first year, you're just getting started. First year we made about $1,500. With 3.5 million views. I mean, we're getting started. We really didn't know anything. We just had an idea that if we created sufficient amount of content and it was decent, well, users and traffic will be driven to the channel. One of the important notes here, even though that the content that we have created is to teach English and other basic stuff, not necessarily its audience comes from the US, it's mainly from Latin America, so thus the CPM is actually much lower. So that was the first year, so 3.5 million views, and we made $1,500. I mean, you get excited the first time you get a check from YouTube because you think it's an alternative way of actually generating revenue. The second year, 2016, from a comparable perspective, we did increase the revenue. I mean, we made almost $6,000. The overall number of views, almost 16 million views. So you take a look at the channel and you're saying, oh, well, we're growing significantly. We gained that year almost 36,000 subscribers. So things look promising. I mean, hasn't reached break-even point, but at least you're getting your content out there. And I mean, it allows you to create or diversify, but it's good to note that it's gaining traction. Then on 2017, things definitely started to jump. We made almost $20,000 in revenue, which is not bad. I mean, it's not enough to cover like basic expenses, but it's not bad. And almost 37 million views. We added 100,000 subscribers, which is not bad at all. And then on 2018, we saw probably the most significant jump. We made $26,000. And the overall number of views went all the way to 50 million views in one single year. I mean, probably the best year so far. And things were evolving. We were getting excited, although we started to notice some sort of like trend, traffic not picking up as significantly as it did at the beginning of the year. But I mean, you got to be consistent. And then on 2019, we did, which is last year, we did about $32,000 and 50 million views. So you could say we were getting somehow a little bit better revenue, although the total views were not as high. But the problem is with what happened actually this past few months. So let me just go back to the month of March. And just to give you a little bit of perspective, so in the month of March, and I don't like estimated revenue, so in the month of March, I mean, this is actually a record. In the month of March, we made 5.6 million views. 5.6 million views is quite significant, but the problem is that we only made $1,000. Now, to give it a little bit more of context, let's do the same thing, but compare it to the year previously. So let's do, instead of March, let's switch March 20, this is 2020. Let me just switch here to 2019. So take notice, I generated 5.6 million views and did $1,000. Now, if I only switch this to 19, so that it's fair, we made $2,000. I mean, double the amount of money. and we made only 4.5 million views. So you see the significant, I mean, the decrease is so significant that I mean, right now, me and my partners are discussing, does it even make sense to do any more content on YouTube? Because our CPM is so low. When I say low, let's do this again. March, just to remember how you do the CPM. So basically, and don't go for YouTube's CPM, because that's based on a playback. I like doing it just strictly on the amount of money and views that we get. So if we did $1,041, right, divided by 5.6 million views, sorry, let me just correct that, 1,041 divided by 5.6 million views, that times 1,000, which is the cost of CPM, is actually 18 cents. I mean, 18 cents, even like rookie YouTubers, they're getting paid $1 all the way to $3. But to be paid 18 cents, it's just ridiculous. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's just too much effort, too much time to be paid absolutely nothing. And the real problem, it actually resides here. I mean, if it's a nursery rhyme channel, I mean, there's no way out of like not adjusting or saying that the content is made for kids. So when you go here and you have to declare made for kids under the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, well, yes, you have to say, and all of our 160 plus videos, we have complied and acknowledged that it's made for kids instead of waiting for an algorithm actually to judge us. And so when that happens, well, there are a huge bunch of things that are cut out. So the first thing that is very significant, you get no notification. So it's very hard to get your users to acknowledge what type of content. Although I have to say, during this time of, during the past 30 days, we have had more traffic spikes, but we haven't had, we can't use our notification. We don't have end screens. We don't have cards. We can't use the comments. And this is where it really impacts us. And so because it's made for kids, then it doesn't get to serve any of the display ads. And the display ads is where the intelligence of the algorithm really works. And so we don't get to serve this ad. I mean, this is not like I'm choosing. We're automatically opted out. And so you don't get the big bulk of the ads that matter. And so when that happens, you see your revenue really decrease. So yeah, it's complicated. It really disincentivizes anyone that's trying to make a good type of content when basically your revenue is down 60-70%. Again, look at this. This is for the past 30 days, which is just ridiculous. 5.9 million views. That's estimated only $780. It's just, it is just dumb. And with the amount of subscribers even increasing, it's too much work. I mean, if someone were to start a channel and you told them, hey, look, I have between 5 and 10 million views, they would automatically think they're making $5,000 to $20,000 all the way to $30,000 a month. But when you tell them, hey, you can expect less than $1,000, I see no practical purpose in actually developing or starting a Made for Kids channel. So I know this has been a long rant. If you have any questions or you want to share your thoughts, I'm more than happy to answer them below. Thank you.